Okay, what's up, guys? So I'm going to talk to you about law. So let's start out. Two branches of law are civil and criminal. In civil court is suing, divorces, and adoptions, and some other things. In criminal, it's murders, speeding tickets, felonies, misdemeanors, and crimes in general, like speeding ticket or assault and battery. I'll talk about the misconception of assault later, but so in a civil court, the judge makes the decisions of punishments. So civil court is when someone's like angry, like we can say that Mr. Argrave was destroying his picnic table because it was damaged from the recent storm. And let's say Mrs. Tavano was just finished building her new glass table after her old one got damaged by the hailstorm. So then Mr. Argraves threw a piece of his wooden picnic table into her backyard, and it landed on her table and destroyed it. Well, Mrs. Whatever I put her name, let's just call her Mrs. Let's just say person number 2. And she got angry, so she went to court and said, "Oh, Mr. Argraves destroyed my glass table." And so what she would do, she would have a paper she would file. She would pay the court fee, and the judge, I forgot his name. His name is Judd. The judge in the courtroom, like we would see on a courtroom map. But I forgot the judge's name for my county. So anyway, it's like Mr. Miller or something. And then if he approved it, he would set the date, let's say January 30th. And then they would go to court on that day. And specimen number 2 would become the plaintiff. The reason it's called that is because you have to. So Mr. Argraves would be the defendant. He'd be the defendant. He would be the guy who would say, "No, I didn't do this," and then she would become the plaintiff, which is basically mean complainer. So yeah, and then they would be like, "Mr. Argraves did this, and then it destroyed my table," and Mr. Argraves would be like, "No, I didn't. I did not do that." And she'd be like, "Yes, you did. I have security footage on my camera." And after all that is settled, the judge would say he's guilty, and either he would have to fix the table, which usually does not happen, because there's some problems with that. Like, he could just cause more damage. He could make something to destroy it even worse, like a bomb, I don't know. And third is, he could do damage to the entire yard. So yeah, they usually have someone they usually hire a professional to fix it, and then Mr. Argraves would have to pay for it. So that's what suing is. And then in a criminal court, there's 12 members in jury. Jury makes all the decisions, like whether he's guilty or not, but all 12 have to say yes for him to be guilty. If one person says no, boom, he is not guilty. So yeah, and also so let's say I was excited to get out of school, so I ran and got in my car. Let's just say I'm in high school, and I sped out, and let's say ran into a car, and I scratched it, and the police officer put me over for speeding. I would usually just pay it. You'd usually pay it, but you can go to court if you want to. You'd most likely lose, unless the officer that pulled you over did not come. Then you would be not guilty, because you are guilty no matter what, because you got the ticket. But if you were like a poor student, you could go to court and be like, "Please help me, I'm a poor student. Can you please lower the ticket?" And usually they would lower the ticket rate because, So now talking about the misconception of assault. So some people think assault is whenever you attack somebody, but it's not. It's usually, here's what assault is. It's all the time it is when you threaten physical harm to someone at that time and the person you're threatening reasonably believes it. That is assault. Battery is when you attack somebody with physical harm and without the victim's permission. In self-defense, there's two questions of self-defense. One is, do I have any other reasonable alternatives? The second one is, did I escalate the violence, the situation? If both of those are no, then you can defend yourself. But so let's say there was a person just saying bad words and cursing in a park, and he comes up to me and tries to hit me, I could easily run away. But if he chases after me and tackles me, then it is a reasonable time to use self-defense. Now in Oklahoma and some other states like Colorado and Texas, there is a stand your ground state where if someone breaks into your house, you have the right to use lethal force to eliminate that threat. So let's say that someone is breaking into my house. I grab my shotgun and I shoot them. That is what you would use it for. But if not, let's say there's a person outside of my front yard and I don't like him, I shoot him. That's not part of the stand your ground. You would be counted for murder because of that. A downside to the stand your ground stake is, let's say it's one night, a drunk guy and his friend got caught in a car accident, and his friend was hurt. He comes knocking to your door, says, help me, my friend's hurt. And you get scared and you grab your gun, just in case. And he knocks again, you hide your gun somewhere, by you, and he's like, please help me. And you close the door and say no. And then he comes in, because he's trying to get your attention, knowing that you need help. He needs real help really bad. And you shoot him. That is why it's not that's one downside. Another downside is, let's say, Timmy's dad won't let him go to the party, so he sneaks out in the middle of the night and comes back around 4 a.m. His dad wakes up and sees a fixture crawling into his son's bedroom's window, and he doesn't know that it's Timmy, so he grabs his shotgun and kills him. That's another downside. But the upside is that you can defend yourself from a dangerous person going into your home, and that is a upside. So that's all the stuff for self-defense. I am still doing my law period. The next one I know is drugs and alcohol. That's in a few weeks. So yeah. Oh yeah, I also got a dog here. He's a good boy. And yeah, so that's some law things for you. Also yeah, I don't have anything else. Also that I don't really got much about law. Those are the basic things, but a misdemeanor is less serious, a felony is more serious, and so yeah. And also, so here's the story. I'm gonna change out the names for witness things. I don't know, it's just illegal to say full names in a criminal case, I think. It's not. I just don't want to say their full names. So let's say Sophia and Tracy are worse enemies because Tracy is Sophia's ex's girlfriend. So Sophia is mad about that. So one day Tracy is walking home and you see Sophia and her friends. So Sophia's walking home and she see Tracy and her friends. So she goes up and says, "Why don't I break your arm, you boyfriend stealer?" And she says, I don't know, like, I forgot what the exact story was, but it's like something like, I don't know, but then Tracy gets mad, Sophia gets mad, and comes, "I'm going to slap some sense into you." And then she raises her hand, and holy crap, there's a bird. Oh, okay. And Sophia raises her hand like she's going to hit Tracy. So Tracy backs into the street and falls down. And she gets mad. Okay, so this is a true case. If I ever not told you that. So Stacy's like mad, like, "Oh my gosh, you broke my watch!" And her wrist was also broken. And she's like, "You're going to pay for this." And then Sophia was like, "No, I'm not. You fell into the street on your own." So, and let's see who was in the wrong. Sophia was in the wrong, mainly because Sophia assaulted Tracy. Again, immediate threat of physical harm that the victim reasonably believes. And Tracy reasonably believes that, because when Sophia raised her hand, Tracy fell back into the street and broke her wrist. So yeah, that was assault. And let's say that they were at the baseball field or softball field, and Sophia grabs a baseball bat and raises it, and like she's going to swing it at and hit Tracy, and says, "I'm going to knock some sense into you now." And Tracy does the same fallback thing and break her wrist. That is assault with a deadly weapon, because a baseball bat will be considered a deadly weapon, and that'll be a more serious crime. Hang on. Hey, dog! Stop it. So yeah, that's about it with law, assault and battery, and civil law. So yeah, that's about it, and I will do something again soon.